This might be the best way to cook chicken thighs. They came out unbelievably juicy and tender, with a crispy and bite-through skin every barbecue cook is chasing. The best part, it was so easy, it almost felt like cheating. Welcome back to Backyard Pit Lab. I'm Jason, and today I'll show you how to make some of the best chicken thighs you've ever eaten. We're using bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs from Costco. 3 packets is just the right size for a 22-inch Weber Kettle using the Vortex method. I'm also seasoning the chicken with Holy Cow from Meat Church and the Blanco seasoning. I usually do the base layer with Blanco and top it off with Holy Cow. I like to lift up the skin in order to get extra flavor onto the chicken. You want to do this the night before in order to dry brine the chicken, essentially locking in the moisture. The beauty of the Weber Kettle is that you can use so many attachments for it. As you can see, my slow and sear usually lives in the Weber Kettle, but today I'll be using the Weber Vortex. One of the things I was hesitant about using a charcoal grill was the hassle of cleaning up the charcoal and setting it up every time before the cook. When compared to a gas grill, I just thought it was going to take forever and a lot more tedious. However, I couldn't have been any more wrong. It's so easy using a charcoal chimney, whether you're using a tumbleweed or an electric charcoal igniter, and the cleanup process is so easy because of the ash catcher that the premium model of the Weber Kettle provides. It's time to set up the Vortex. I like to put a base layer of unlit charcoals at the bottom, then put the lit charcoals from the chimney on top of it. I like to add a few wood chunks to add a little smoke flavor to the chicken. I like to go ahead and brush the grill grates one more time prior to putting on the lid. Once it's preheated, go ahead and place your chicken. Make sure to leave some space between the chicken and also leave some space between the outer parts of the grill as it bounces off heat. Then comes the easy part. You just let the Vortex do its thing. This is why I love the Vortex. The cook itself is so hands-off, yet the results come out so good. First, you want to put the lid on with the top vents and the bottom vents wide open. You want to put the top vent at the 12 o'clock position. Use the handle of the grill as a guide. I usually put the handle of the grill at the 6 o'clock position. After about 10 minutes at the 12 o'clock position, you want to go ahead and switch it to the 6 o'clock position for an additional 10 minutes. I know the saying goes, if you're looking, you ain't cooking, but I wanted to do a mid-cook check and see how the chicken was looking. Then it's time to put the vent at the 9 o'clock position. So that's 10 minutes at the 12, 10 minutes at the 6, and 10 minutes at the 9. Once your chicken hits around 165 degrees internally, it's time to put on the glaze. We're cooking chicken thighs today, so the final temperature of the chicken thighs is gonna be closer to 185 degrees. Then it's time to put the lid back on to let the sauce tack up. You wanna put it at the last position, which is the 3 o'clock position. After about 5 to 10 minutes later, the sauce should have set. Here's the final product. The cook itself took about 40 minutes in total. Just a reminder that the sauce is optional. If you like your chicken extra crispy, I would recommend skipping the last part. Go ahead and clean off those grates while it's hot. Make sure you close the vents to save the coals for the next cook. Here's one final look of the chicken before the taste test. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this type of content. Alright, this is the Vortex Chicken Thigh Trader Joe edition. I mean, I feel like these chicken look perfect, and I'm so excited to try it. I want to see if it has crispy skin just like the party wings, and so I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these pieces here. Obviously the sauce has softened the skin a little bit. Oh yeah, that's really good chicken. Look how juicy it is, and look at the crunch on this thing. I gotta be honest with you guys though, I think I oversalted it a little bit, but for my daughter, I usually take off the skin anyway, and that's where a lot of the seasoning is. I mean, that thing is just full of juice. Oh my gosh. That's probably the best chicken I've ever cooked.